welcome back. In this segment of our show, it is time for an update of what's going on with Channel 6, and we have our executive producer, Diane Havinga, here with us.
Hi, Susan. But, you know, before we get off the Constitution, I just want to remind people that, you know, you can go to the National Archives and see the Constitution.
And if you haven't been, that is one cool thing to do.
And the Declaration and all sorts of interesting documents. And they haven't, when you talked about the amendments,
yes.
When you go into like the main area, there is this, up on the walls, there's a start of like a banner. And it goes all the way around to all these rooms. And it's like the 11,000 proposed amendments that only 25 got.
There is a
ratified.
Green Spring bus that goes down to the mall once a month, and you can ask the bus to drop you off at whatever building and to go to the National Archives and see that. If you haven't done it, we highly recommend it because you can go in and see it, and it's one of those goosebump moments,
right,
to see it.
So, anyway,
highly recommend it.
What do you want to talk about?
What's going on at Channel 6?
Well, I just, you know, wanted to come and for those people who are new, and we get new residents all the time, not only welcome them, but to kind of go through some of the things that we do at Channel 6 that aren't necessarily apparent, shall we say?
I think that's very important.
You know, like behind the scenes type things, because
right.
people think that we just do Village in Motion.
It's not just about TV.
And that Village in Motion just comes and goes and that's it. But this morning, actually, I got a package in the mail, and it was our new schedule for 2018, if you can believe that.
Oh, wow.
So we're always thinking ahead and dealing with the future. So just because we did today Village in Motion doesn't mean we're not thinking about next week and next month and next year.
And Channel 6 is not just about Village in Motion. Channel 6 goes 24/7. Tell us about some of the other programming that's on Channel 6 and how we would find out what that programming is.
Okay, so great questions. We start you off, I like to say, at 6 a.m. with our exercise shows. And those have been produced with the fitness center. So you're able to exercise in your house, in the privacy, so to speak, or you just don't feel like going to the fitness center that day or to the classes that they have for Chair Fit. You can watch them on Channel 6.
For free?
For free, and 7 days a week. We start at 6 a.m. We will, in 2018, I can't believe I'm talking about this.
It's going to happen.
We will be refreshing the exercise courses. You know, they've been on the air for about a year now, probably a little bit older, I think. So we will be contacting the fitness center.
Have to learn some new moves.
Right, it's time to get some new programs on. Obviously, Village in Motion, which airs 9 out of 10 times live at 10 a.m. Sometimes, however, people can't make the segment for various reasons. We will pre-tape, and so sometimes when we're done at 10 a.m., we go right through to 11 and we do sometimes a whole show or sometimes just a segment. The spot you just saw with George is a good example of some of the things we do when we're not live on air.
And sometimes you tape those here in the studio, sometimes you go to other locations to do it.
Exactly. We have been almost on a weekly at least twice a month basis going to Garden Ridge now to give you kind of an update on the construction there.
Good.
So we've been following that from the ribbon cutting ceremony all the way to when it's completed and open. What you're seeing or what you just saw is some of the footage that we shot at the gardens. So sometimes we do just lots of different things.
So going back to what I can see on the schedule through the day, I can start with exercise. I move to Village in Motion. There's some chapel features that I can see.
There's also, we narrate the scroll.
You narrate the scroll if you don't see well.
Mm-hmm. And we air there at 1:30 and 3, and then 6:30 p.m. Again, 7 days a week.
You have the Spotlight on History.
Spotlight on History, which is pre-produced by Avon Price is the producer for that, and he's working with John Lee. John is our third historian who has taken on that responsibility.
You have the Green Spring Troubadour, who's on once a week.
Right, and that, of course, is one of our camera people right now, Gray Parks, who produces that, and he actually has a co-producer. I'm going to put in a plug, Gray, for his daughter, Susan, who comes on and helps us do that. And that gets pre-produced on a monthly basis. Meetings. You know, coffee with the exec team, the resident council meetings, when Hans came from IT, corporate IT, to talk about the wireless system and IT issues here on campus, we tape that meeting. I get calls all the time.
So how do residents know when all these things are shown?
The TV guide.
And how does one find a TV guide?
You know, you talk to Susan right here. So Susan has taken over that responsibility in terms of being the publisher. And so Susan and I and staff work with Susan, and we get together and decide the programs. And Susan gives me a Word document, and hopefully they get published, usually 99% of the time. Thursday afternoon there are TV guides. They're located, as you can see, right outside Channel 6 for Village Square. And by the Cubbies in Town Center and Hunter's Crossing, there's actually a little box that says TV guides by those Cubbies.
And they're also available online.
Online and on the Village Bridge.
You can get them there.
And then, of course, our scroll, we always promote our own programs.
Yeah. So pick up a TV guide. There's lots of information there, lots of programming you may not even realize goes on. If you're up late at night and having trouble relaxing, there's soft music. There's a lady's voice that says, breathe deep, just relax.
Right, so I like to say we put you to sleep.
That's it.
We get you going in the morning, we put you to sleep at night.
That's right. So we have an elephant in the room.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Okay,
what is this?
So I wanted to kind of show people some of our toys, I like to call them. This is a small portable public address system, or PA. And we purchased this, I don't even know when we purchased it, a while back, for use in smaller venues. So people know that if you go into the theater, or the conference center, or the Akatik room, you know, we have a pretty much full set, or chapel, of microphones and PowerPoint presentations, so on and so forth. But if you're in the classroom, or sometimes you're maybe in the lobby having a little meeting, over the years, residents have said, do you have something that will help us? And so we purchased, actually we have 3 bigger public address systems that people, when they go to the dining services meetings, you'll see that in the dining rooms that people use. Well, that's a pretty big, heavy duty. I mean, the speaker is about this tall.
Right.
And it's a little bit more cumbersome to set up. This, however, you could lift it, Susan, I think.
Even I can lift it.
You could even lift it. And it's an easier system, and I didn't bring the mic out, but on the back here, you just have to kind of plug in the cable for the...
So if I wanted to borrow this, you could show me how to plug it in and how to use it and how to turn it on.
And you just go from there. And then it's portable enough. We have a carrying case.
Is it on rollers?
I don't know. Is it on rollers? It is.
Yes, it is
Gray
on
has
rollers.
used it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
It's on
Gray.
rollers, and you just, kind of plug it and you're good to go.
I'll tell you one, and I'll give a plug for another Channel 6 initiative here. That Avon and Andrew and I have been using it. We have been having classes on the remote controls for the TVs, and we're having the last one this coming Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the Village Square classroom on how to use your remote control to switch between DirecTV and the local channels. But we have been using this public address system. We are all guilty of thinking, oh, I can speak loud, everybody can hear me. And if people will be honest, they will tell you, no, I can't hear you. I'm just sitting here with a nice smile on my face rather than being thinking that I'm being rude and telling you I really can't hear anything you're saying. So if you're having even a small group of people, just keep in mind that a large percentage of us here at Green Spring have hearing difficulties. Stop and borrow this PA system so those people that you're talking to can hear you more easily.
And all they have to do is contact one of us. Doesn't have to be me,
right?
Or Andrew. You could do it by our email, or just call and say, "Hey, I'd like to reserve the PA," and it's first come, first serve, and we put you into the system so that someone else can say, "I want to do the PA," and go, "No, we already have,"
Okay.
Unfortunately, and it can be as far as advance as you want. We have people on a regular basis who
sign up for the second Tuesday?
Yeah, or whatever at 2
Yeah.
o'clock, and they take it and come back, drop it off, and they're good to go.
Good.
So along with showing you about the PA, we also, of course, tell people how to use the other AV equipment here on campus. I'm constantly reminding residents and our staff
Yes.
that it's their responsibility. There's not enough of us to be able to go to every single meeting. Now, you're going to see us at what I call the big events. You're going to see us at coffee with the exec. You're going to see us when corporate comes down with any kind of meeting. You're going to see it at the transitions to GR type meetings. That you're going to see us, okay? But when you do your monthly or weekly, whatever it is, I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's in the chapel or in the academic room. You're basically responsible for setting up your own equipment.
And yes, we can learn how to do this.
I think so. I guarantee it's not that difficult. It does look a little, no way, Jose, I don't know how to push that button.
But we can do it.
And I understand people need, I call refresher courses.
But that's
and
all
that's
right.
fine. And we're more than happy to do a one-on-one training. We just ask, again, don't call us the day of.
And when you get your refresher course, take notes.
Right? Or we can give you. We have notes.
Good.
We actually have cheat sheets for every
deal.
single venue. And if you have trouble the day of and you've been trained, you're going to get us, "Oh, sure, we'll help you," versus, "I can't help you if you don't, what do you do?"
Don't come running in at the last minute and say, "Oh, can you come and help me?"
Especially at 10 a.m. in the morning.
For sure. Diane, thank you for the update.
Well, thank you.
They're telling us we're out of time already.
They can't. I'm the
I
boss.
know.
But can I say
You're
one
the
more
boss.
thing?
Sure.
Village Square, that's where our studios are located, and residents are always welcome to come in, say hi.
And if you'd like to volunteer, you
And
always
yes.
need more help.
We always need more help.
Okay, good deal. I have a few announcements.
All right, I'll
So
let-
this piece of paper you gave me says. Okay, let's see what we have coming up.